Everybody, every company, every organization generates a ton of data daily. What we make of those data distinguishes us from one another. In Google Sheets Masterclass Module 1 and 2, we learned how to generate data, format data, do quick and awesome analysis on the data, and also we learned how to use functions and formulas to compute a descriptive summary in order to help us solve Prime Tech Academy client dissatisfaction problems. All these we achieved using practical analysis. Join us in Module 3 as we use pivot tables to design an interactive dashboard that will help us solve the company's problems using data-driven decision. It's going to be a practical class and you don't want to miss it. Join us on Saturday in Module 3 as we bisect and dissect data using dashboards. Google Sheets is the way to go. Join us and you'll be glad you did. See you in class. This is the third module of this Google Sheets Masterclass, which is a practical step-by-step training on data analysis with Google Sheets for Excel users and non-Excel users. We learned the last time about formulas and functions and how we can do great things with formulas. My name is Genga Oyebajo. I'll be your instructor for this wonderful course. Thank you for sharing your thoughts about what you found interesting while working on Project 2. So while we move on, for today, our objective will be to learn Google AI Explore and Quick Analysis, then data analysis with pivot tables. We also create interactive dashboards to display our results. We'll present our findings and reports to the stakeholders, and we'll talk about the next steps. As a quick reminder, we have been trying to solve Prime Tech Academy's client dissatisfaction problem all this while. And we started from gathering data using Google Sheets, using Google Forms. Then we linked the form to a Google Sheets, and we did quick analysis on the data entry. The last time we used some functions and formulas to design a summary of the analysis we have put together. Today we are taking it a step further. We are building an interactive dashboard that will present to the Vice President of Prime Tech Academy and will profile our solutions so that they can implement and solve the client dissatisfaction problem. That is data analysis process for you. From sitting down to getting the hang of the issues, then plan how you get data, and when you get your data, clean up your data using trim, lane, and all other cleaning tools. Then format your data in a readable and easily understandable way. Then you begin to do some dissecting on the data in order for you to see trends, pattern, and some outliers and pointers that jump at you so that you can begin to frame your analysis. Then that takes you to the analysis proper. Having the question in mind, you want to think of what sieve out from the data so that you can analyze and find the missing point and the trend in the set of data. Then when you do the analysis, then the next thing and what we'll be doing today is presenting your analysis, your outcome, your findings, so that the stakeholders can take steps in implementing your analysis. And that's the process. And that's where we have been coming from. And here we are presenting what we have. So before we go into presenting what we have, we will be concentrating today on pivot tables and dashboards. This is, in short, a game changer in Google Sheets. What we take you one or two functions to drill down. Pivot table does it for you without lifting a finger. And when we analyze with that, we'll begin to match up our chart and findings. Then we'll design a dashboard that will be very interactive. And the last part will be to present our data. So welcome as we go together. All right. This happens to be our form response entry. Then we linked it to this data tab using just one formula. And from there, we did some quick analysis. If you were with us all this while, then the last time when we talked about functions and formulas, we talked about each function, how we can use it to tell Google Sheets whatever we want it to do for us. And also, we talk about sort function, filter function, array function, unique function, get unique values. We talked about count if, sum ifs, average ifs, count unique. We talked about sum, average, and some math operations. We talked about learn and train function. And we mentioned VLOOKUP, sum products, concatenate, and the split function. These are the go-to functions in data analysis. So with all that, we built a summary page linking everything to just one cell, such that when we select a different country, we get different response according to the country of selection. And quite a number of us have done this, but some of us have not still done this. Please, let's fix it on time, because as you know, we will have project 3, which will take us to the end of this course. If you can hear me, please type in the chat room that you can hear me, and you are good to go. Yes, you can. All right. When you log in, for those having difficulty hearing, when you log in, it will not automatically turn your phone speaker, so you need to do that manually, and you'll be good to go. All right. Today we are taking it a step forward. We will start by showing the Google AI Explore icon. Now, if you look at my screen and the bottom right corner where I'm holding my mouse, you will see Open Explore. The shortcut for that is Alt-Shift-X. What does this do? This is the artificial intelligence ability of Google Sheets to look at your data, just some analysis concepts for you. So if I click that explore, let's see what comes up. Now, without doing any explanation, without telling it what to do, Google Sheets is looking at our data and suggesting to us, would you like to do sum of column S for each column C and D? Would you like to do average of your column S? Do you want to do average of column R for each sort F to I? These are suggestions. These are formatting tools we can use. By clicking any one of it, it changes how our data looks and all of that. Then it's suggesting pivot table for us, which is what we will go into today in depth. And it's talking about some analysis we can do based on the data. Count of sorts F to I, count of some of our data. And one beautiful thing is you can ask it a question that, let's ask a question like, how many country? I'm going to use country because country is one of my field. So click enter, and it's going to suggest some solution for us. Let me remove this. Suggest some solution for us. Then you see the solution. Check the formula and try to see what Google Sheet is bringing out for you. So you can explore this and make sense of your data even without raising a formula yet. This is a wonderful tool from Google Sheets experts, and you can always explore this to see how this can help you with your analysis. Another quick one is, if you click on a column header, you will see this drop down arrow. If I click that arrow, these are some of the options of what I can do on this column. If I scroll down, we'll see a portion which says column stats. If I click on it, it tells me instantly what is going on that column. And it does a quick analysis for me, showing me what I have there. The number of countries, it even plot the graph for me. Isn't this beautiful? And the number of values of the countries in each cell, the frequency, the total row, the unique values, the empty cells, and all of that. These are the AI functionalities of Google Sheets. Okay, with that being said, today we will concentrate on creating pivot tables. And what are pivot tables? Pivot tables help you summarize and analyze large data sets by displaying the information in more digestible format. They make it so much easy to take out small pieces of information and conclude on a larger set of information. With a huge amount of data, it can be challenging to come up with clear-cut conclusion or summarize your information from using a simple table. But with pivot tables, the job is so easy. This is the game changer for effective data analysis. They are versatile, flexible, and essentially faster to use when working on your spreadsheet. Now, let's see how this works. This is my data tab. Click anywhere on the sheet, then go to your menu, go to data. Go to insert, then scroll down to where you have pivot tables, and you click on it. And the next thing is this dialog box asking you where your data range is. It's so intuitive that it, it got my data range instantly. It's from AI to K30. This is AI to K30, up to here. So it was so accurate, but sometimes it might capture something else. So just define your data range here. And if it's correct, then the next thing is, do you want to insert this pivot table on a new sheet or on an existing sheet? I will leave the new sheet. Then you click on create. Automatically, you can see it creates another tab for me here, which is labeled pivot table 2. Probably your own will be 1. My own is showing 2 because I've already done one before. So it brings out this for you. What does this say? This is a pivot table, and it comes out with the pivot table editor on this side. We will go through what all of these, all they do in a jiffy. Now, rows is asking you, do you want to put some things in the rows of your table? Rows goes down this way, while column goes the other way around across. Then you have your values in between your rows and columns. That is the arrangement of a table. Rows, columns, and values. That's one thing. Now, when I click outside that table, the pivot table editor goes away. If you want it to come back, click inside this, and it comes back again. Now, the intuitive nature of Google Sheet has come to play here again. So it's suggesting to us, do you want to do average of your satisfaction rating with a product for each country? So if I click this, it tabulates it for me immediately. If I click this, it does this and it does that. But for the sake of this lesson, I'm going to put us through starting from a blank one. Now, down here, we have rows, we have columns, values, and filters. Like I said, on a table, rows are what you want to arrange such that they go down like this. And columns goes this way, while values are in the middle of your rows and columns. So if you click on add in front of rows, it brings all your data field. That means all your headers of your main data sets, timestamp, email, first name, last name, country, and every of your header here. That is what it will bring out. So what does this mean? It's asking you, since I'm on row, do you want to put timestamp on the row, or emails on your rows, or first name on your rows, or is it the last name you want to show on the rows? Whatever one you want to show on the rows, you click out of these your headers. In this case, I'll click on country and look at what happens. With a click of a button, it puts all the countries I have in this country tab here, you can see that it arranged it in ascending order for me. I might want to rearrange it any way I want, but it has done that for me. Very simple. Now, countries are arranged here. Your work of interest might be to know the number of entries for each country. And anytime you talk about numbers, values in digits, in short, we are referring to values. So if I want to know the number of countries without using formulas, you can see what we are doing. The last time to get this, we use the unique functions to bring out this. But with pivot table, with a click, it does that for us. Now, if I want to know the number of countries, number of entries per country, I go to the values. Underline this. Values talks about numbers, digits, and maybe currency and all of that. That means if I click on values, it brings out all the headers that I have on my sheet for me. Because I want to know the count of countries, I'll click on country again as my values. Can you see what it has done? By clicking on that again, it has put the count of the entries for each country for me. And if you come here, you can tell it what to do. Under the rule, the country arranged in ascending order. I can click on this drop down and change to descending order. And it arranges it in descending order. I can come here, I can sort by country or by the count. What does the count do? The count arrange, it's like telling it to arrange this table in descending order and sort by this count, such that the highest value comes on top. And that's pivot table for you. So you don't need to write any function to get your table, and it does that instantly for you. And again, if I scroll down to the value section, what is it doing? It's summarizing by count for me. I can choose sum, count unique, average, anything you want to do. As for this, I think I'm fine with it. Then I want to insert another pivot table. What do I do? The same way, go to your data, go to the insert, click on pivot table, and it's asking me for a new sheet. You create again, and it opens up a new sheet for you. But I don't want to do it on a new sheet. I want to do it on this same sheet. So instead of, as you can see, when I click outside the table, the editor goes away. If I want it to come back, I click inside the table. So what do I want to do? I want it to be here. So instead of creating a new one entirely, I will copy this one. I will highlight everything. I'll do copy. Down here, I will paste. Then I will change the rows and values and columns of this one to what I want. In case I want to see, let's say, in each country, what is the average satisfaction rate that my client gave me? All right. So in my row, I will maintain country. But under values, I will remove this country. You can remove what you put there by clicking on this X. As you can see, it has gone away. Now, I want to know the average rating that I was given in each country. So where do I go? Do I go to columns? No. Values. And in values, I'll click add. Then I go to satisfaction rating. By clicking that, it gives me the sum of all my satisfaction rating. But I don't need the sum. I need the average. So I'll click this drop down and change it to count. And that is the count that I have. But I don't want the count. I want the average. So if I click on average, it gives me the average. So you can choose whatever you want in this option. So for all the clients that imputed something on my form in Nigeria, they gave me an average count, average rating of 3.63. Okay, what I would do is let me remove some of this excess. Right, something like this. Now, let us see whether this tallies with the analysis we did the last time. This is our summary page. Okay, let me go to the analysis tab. This is Nigeria, having count of 19. Let's check. What is Nigeria having here? 19. Canada 4. Let's check. Canada 4 and all the rest 1. You can see that pivot tables makes life so easy. Now let's see for average rating. Nigeria is 3.6, Canada 3.3. Look at what your pivot table is doing. Same thing. Isn't this beautiful? Let me reduce it to 1 decimal place. So 3.6, 3.3, 3.6, 3.3. Wow. This is what pivot tables can do for you. And this is what we'll be using today to build our interactive dashboards. Okay. Don't forget where we came from. We're trying to solve some problems for the company Prime Tech Academy. And if you can remember, they're having customer dissatisfaction problem. So with that problem in mind, I can begin to build different pivot table that helps me answer those questions. Okay, like we did here, I might want to find the overall average rating. So how do I do that? Instead of creating a new one, I'm going to highlight this, create copy, and paste again. Then I'll remove the row, remove the values. So what do I want to do? Average rating. I'll just go to values. Since I know that average rating is in figures, I don't need to create any rows or columns. I just click on rating. See, it has done some of my rating for me. But what do I want to do? Average. I'll click on this drop down arrow and click on average. And as you can see, it has given me the average of my ratings. Does it tally with what we have here? What's the answer? Yes. So, like I said, pivot tables happens to be the game changer for analysts in analyzing their data, especially large set of data running into hundreds of thousand rows and all of that. Pivot table will help you streamline to the things that you want to see. Okay. Our objective uh, was to answer problems to help solve the problem of the day. Okay, I have the average. I have the average rating for each country. I have the count for each country. What else do I want to look out for? I might want to look at the quality of products. I want to know the number of persons that gave me good, fair, and all of that. So what do I do? I can just the same way copy, paste, instead of creating a new one. Then I'll begin to put in values here. I I might want to find the average of satisfaction per country. I've done that. Then count for my values. That is this quality of product. So I'll go to rows. I'll put on quality of products. I may want to know the count, the number of fair, number of good and poor. Since it's a count, what comes to mind? Values. So under values, you click on add. What do I want to count? I want to count the number of qualities. So I click on that. And that gives us the number of persons that give us fair, good, and poor. I will remove this excess decimal. And you can see with a click of a button, without writing any formula, I have the number of people that gave me fair, good, and poor. What does this say? I have more fair. I mean, the most is fair. That means we are not doing well enough to our customers. This is giving me an idea of what to infer when I'm concluding. So we have been able to create 1, 2, 3, 4 pivot tables. And what's the next? Let's begin to build our dashboard. Now, when we say dashboard, what does it mean? Dashboard simply means a board where you display your data visually such that at a glance, anybody looking at it, any of your stakeholder can pick out what they need. Now, think of the last time you needed to check a KPI or another important metric for a report. Searching through a sea of raw data in multiple tabs or multiple spreadsheets is incredibly frustrating, especially when you need to find accurate information quickly. We can resolve this problem by creating dashboard in Google Sheets. Dashboards present your data in a visual format, giving you an at a glance overview of your key metrics. That is your charts, your tables, your graphs, and all of that. So it's a data visualization technique. And this is one of the core of data analysis procedure, data visualization, so that people can just view and tell what your data is saying. So on this same page, to link our pivot table to our dashboard, our pivot tables and our dashboard must be on the same page. I want to make this as visually appealing as possible. So I'm going to do this from, let's say from here. Please note that designing your dashboard is about playing with colors and blending. So I want to do this, put a fill color of say purple. Then I still want to analyze everything, highlight everything rather, such that anything I'm typing will not be in black color because black will not show well. It will be white. So if I type everything now, it will be visible. That's lovely. Let me clip this. Okay, so that it doesn't go into my dashboard setting. All right. So what is it I want to do? I want to give it a labeling. So I might highlight this and merge those cells and type the title, say dashboard. Dashboard for Prime Tech. That's too small. And bold it and make it very big. Very big. Let me centralize it. All this is your own creativity. Then I want to underline it. I go to these borders and I only clip the bottom border for an underlining, but it's underlining with black. I can change it. Go to border again. I will change this border color to white. I can even change the border style to double. So when I click on the bottom, look at what it does for me. So this is your creativity. Now I want to put charts on this dashboard. I'll be making charts from my pivot tables. But you know what? If I do a chart here, it's going to pick the grand total. I don't want the grand total to be there. As I click in this in the table, it brings out the pivot table editor. And you can see that this is checked. Show total. I won't check it. And the total is gone. So let me insert a chart. This. Let me just highlight that. And the same way we insert chart. Click on chart. And it's suggesting a pie chart for me. No, I don't want a pie chart. I want, let's say, a column chart. Count of the country. So whatever chart you want, let me do this. Okay, I think I'm fine with this. I can do some customizing just to blend with my background. First of all, I want to change the title. When you click on your chart, it brings up this customize. So you can choose on what you want to do. So I will go to chart and axis title. You can see the title text. Then you can change it from here. Let me just do country counts. You can see that even the text, you can edit it. You can change the size. Let me click 20. Let's see how bold it is. It's a little bigger. I want to bold it. Should I centralize it? Yes. Then I want to change the color. This auto means color. I want to change it to my purple. Then this same bar, these bars too, just click in the bar. It brings out the series. Change your fill color. I want to change it to my purple. Is it purple or blue now? So that it just blends with what I have at the background. I want to remove this country. I'll click it and click delete. And I'll click on the countries. It brings out the vertical axis. I can bold in it, use the same color so that everything just blends. I want to remove this county of country. I don't need it. It's obvious that this is count. And if I'm okay with this, I think, no, I want the numbers to go into the bars. So where do I go? I go to customize. This talks about series, and series talks about how the bars look. When you click on legends, legends talks about where if you want your legends to be on right or left. But on this, I don't need it. So if I go to setup, you can see the setup of your chart. If you want to aggregate it, you click on aggregate. I don't need that for now. Here under custom, under chart style, you can maximize this. You can do a 3D of it. And what else? Anything. Just play with this and make it look like whatever you want it to look like. So I want to click the series. I've just done that. If I scroll down the series, there's error bars, data label, and total data labels. I want to show the data label. I'll click on data label, and it puts the count in my chart for me. And I think I'm fine with this. Even my data label, I can customize it. Let me bold it. And yes, I'm okay with the white. And the positioning is fine for me. So do anything with your chart. Let it blend with your whatever you are doing, your colors. So I'll arrange this here. Now, I'll go to the second table. Same way I'll remove the total. I'll create a chart for this. But this time around, I don't want to do bar. I want to do another kind of chart. So if I scroll down, there's this chart called map. Map works with data that has to do with countries. Let's see how it looks. This is a map chart. What does it mean? It means that any values on 2 will show red. Any country that has 2 will be shown red. And the greener it gets, the more value it is. You can see if I hover on each country, I see the average. I see the average. I see the average of this. This is the average of Canada. So if you were working on data that includes all the countries of the world, you can imagine how beautiful this chart will be. It is called GeoChart. And I can customize it as usual. When I click on customize, I can customize the chart style, the background color, the border color, and the geo. That's the point. What color do you want your minimum to be? I want to change that to this. So my minimum should be this, okay? My maximum should be, since I'm still working around this color, then my mid, that's the midpoint, should be the middle color. Then countries with no values should have no color. This is fine. So this is still blending with my dashboard setup. So I can click and drag here. Like I said, excuse me, This is what you will be doing, but it's not what I'm doing. Okay, one more. I want to do charts for this average. I'll highlight, go to insert, chart. You want to guess the kind of chart I will use here. Scorecard. Awesome. Let me make it, let me bring my scorecard here. And let me do some setup. Customize chart style. My background, I'm okay with the background. Border color, I'm okay. The key values, that is what is showing in here. What color? I will choose my color. Choose my color. I will centralize it. I think I'm fine with that. Then chart and axis title. I want to put title. Average rating. I can customize that too. Font size, I want to make it a little bigger. Centralize it. I want the color to be this. I think I'm fine with that. Let me clip this once. All right. As you can see, I'm already building a dashboard. Now, this dashboard is just like a chart, a group of charts for now. It's not interactive yet. And the next thing I'll be applying is what will make it interactive. And that is what we call slicers. I will add slicers to this chart. I'll go to my data tab. Okay, come back here. Go to data menu. Scroll down to where you have add a slicer. When I click it, it opens this box for me and it's asking me where is my data range. In short, Google Sheets is so brilliant. It's suggesting some data range for me. And your guess is as good as mine. This is my data range, which is where my data is sitting. Don't make a mistake of creating a slicer using your pivot table. Create a slicer using your data set. Highlighting all your data set. So my own data set is data A1 to K30. That's what I selected here. And if it's not suggesting the correct thing, just click in the box, go to where you have your data, highlight everything, and you will get the same result. So I'll say, okay, you can see it has put a slicer for me. This is what we call a slicer. But the slicer is not done yet. It has opened the slicer sidebar. Okay, my range again. Good. This is my range for my slicer. So what column do I want to have in this slicer? I want to have, let's say, country. But I can do some customizing. I want, okay. Let me change the color to white and the background color, the background color to white and the text color to my purple. All right, let me make it bold. Now let's see what slicers do. It's like a filter tab, such that if I click on this all and I click on clear and I select just one country, let me click on clear, select just one country and click on OK. It reduces everything I have to just that country. So I can select another, let me say 2 countries and click on OK. You can see everything on this page is changing. The pivot tables, the charts, the ratings, everything changes to answer whatever I select here. Now, if you understood up to this point, or you have a question, quickly put it in the chat room. All right, that's how to get the slicer done for your data. And you might want to do another slicer, one slicer for one column. So if I want to do another one, I'll add a slicer. And same way, same format, then you customize and do the same thing. On this column, I might want to choose, instead of, I want to do favorite products. Make sure that this apply to pivot tables is always checked. So as you're clicking, it's affecting everything on your screen. And anybody can, if I click that, it will show only the values for this country that have these products that I've chosen, that has automated attendance tracker. So to clear, I could just click on select all. Okay, everything shows again. Select all. Okay, and everything comes back. Okay, let me show this one that I've done before now. I put all my tables on one end of the sheet, and my dashboard is the first thing you see when you open up this sheet. And as you can see, I have imputed 2 slicers, one talking about the countries. So I have a graph for average rating per country. I have a graph, a geograph, best department in terms of relationship, quality of products, and I have scorecards for average rating, total transaction, average transaction. All of this from these pivot tables. So for each of these pivot tables, I created different kind of graphs. And I put on 2 slicers. One slicing for country. Clear. Let me show only Nigeria. Okay. So these are all data relating to Nigeria alone. So it's like you want to drill down into a particular KPI, you just click on the country, and this is the average rating for Nigeria, total transaction for Nigeria, average transaction. In Nigeria, I was given 5.3% poor, 47% good, 47% fair. Nigerians chose IT firm more. This is the total. I can remove the total by going to the pivot table and removing the total. And if I do that, I remove the total here again, so that the total does not show in my graphs. As you can see, the best department IT and customer service. So that's a good way of representing your data. So basically, this is what we are doing as we'll be presenting this to the Vice President of Prime Tech Academy to show her rather, our findings as regards the problem on ground. Let me see for just one product. So this happens to be everything relating to this one product. So I can select all and have everything show up again. So this is what we refer to dashboards. When you can slice and dice and filter your data to show you the preference you are looking for. Highly interactive by clicking on these two slicers to look at what you want. Now, our third project will be to create our own pivot tables and dashboards by answering those business questions. Oh, in which country do you have the least rating? Andorra. And even from here, if I do Andorra, I can see it. Andorra, we have only 2.0 rating. And they only liked, one person liked customer service. 50% of them give us fair, and you have good 50% and all of that. So this helps to drill down on our data. And this is what you'll be doing. I'll be sharing, you can see the average rating and total transaction, all for Andorra alone. Don't forget to always remove total from your pivot table, so it gives you a clearer picture. So let me select everything again, and everything comes back again. So I'll be sharing your project 3, which will be to build a dashboard like this. The graphs and the pivot table you will use, I'm going to share with you and make it interactive like this. Then our next assignment will be to present this. How do we present it? Everyone is going to do a 2-minute presentation, video presentation, between 2 minutes and 5 minutes, and you are explaining your findings like I'm doing now. This is Prime Tech Academy client dashboard, and this graph is speaking to the average rating per country. This talks about best department in terms of relationship. This graph is talking about countries and their monthly transaction. This graph is talking about quality of products, and this is the total average rating, total transaction, and this is total average transaction. So for Nigeria is having a rating of 3.6, and this is how they voted for us in terms of departments. The IT department and the customer department are the most likable departments. Then for sales, only one person picked sales as his best relationship. What does this tell us? We need to work on our sales department and work with the staff to relate with our customers more. Also, in Nigeria, quite a number of our respondents gave us fair in terms of the quality of our product. Then we need to up our games and check our products again to make sure they are up to the standard with which our clients like. So this is the average rating for Nigeria. This is total transaction. Because we get quite a large sale from Nigeria, we need to do something in terms of the department to work with. So at a glance, we are sure that there is a lot to do in Andorra, and procurement department, HR and sales are the least customer appreciating departments. That means we need to train the staff to relate with our customers more, such that our ratings for this department goes up. And there's something about Andorra country and Afghanistan, and even in Canada, the rating given to us in those countries are pretty low, and we need to do something about them. And overall, we have 37.9% people saying our product is good, as in the quality of our product is good. Quite a large number of 55% is saying fair. Then we need to do a revamp and upgrade of our product so that our clients can rate our products to be good. Now, putting all these metrics together, let's look at products that is actually doing well the most. So if I pick automated attendance tracker, you can see the rating for that product is 3.6. And we can see how we cut across the country. Quite a number of people gave us good as their response. So if we check number bonds, this is what we have. So what am I doing? I'm explaining and telling what the data here is actually saying here. And that's how to present your data. So you're going to do a video of 2 to 5 minutes explaining this concept when you have built your dashboard. And that will be the end of the course. And you are entitled to your certificate. So for now, I'll be taking questions. If you have any questions as regards this, don't forget that your pivot tables and your dashboard must be on the same page. And everything you do with your slicer will happen to everything on that page. So your arrangement can be in whatever format. I'm going to share the link to the project 3 and the questions you should be answering. Yes, you have it. You can see on your screen now, the last green tab there says project 1, 2, and 3. It's here too. So this is what we did in project 1. We did in project 2. Project 2, so many of us have returned our responses. And if you have not gotten feedback from me, you will get it by the end of the week. Then these are project 3. This is what we will be doing. First, we'll create a dashboard to present your findings to the Vice President of Prime Tech Academy. So what's the step one? Create pivot tables to answer the following business questions. What is the first pivot table we'll create? Client's average rating per country. And what does that mean? That is speaking about this. And where's the pivot table for that? This is it. On your rows, what do you have there? Country, and under the values, you have customers rating. But don't forget to change this to average. So this is answering your first question. Then the next question, the count of clients' best departments. The count of clients' best departments. So these are the best departments according to our clients, and this is the count. What will be in your role? Best department. I purposely put it in descending order so that my data can be arranged from the highest count to the least count. In values, we'll also put best department. Then change your summarize by to count. Now this one is going to be count A. Count A means you are counting data that is not numbers. Count numbers. Count A counts texts. So it has counted it for us here. So this is what you are doing as the second question. The third question, sum of average transaction per country. So same way, your countries will be on your rows, countries, and for the values, what will it be? Average monthly transaction. I also say this one should sort in descending order, sort by this second column. That means from the biggest to the smallest. That's your question 3. Question 4, count of quality product option. So these are the quality products. So you make a pivot table of that. Row, quality product. Values, also quality products. But change you want to count A so that we need a count of that. And the last one that should be is the total average satisfaction rating. Total average satisfaction rating. And that's it here. So for this, you don't need to create any row. Just create the pivot table, go to values, and put satisfaction rating. Then change to average. Don't forget to change to average. The default might be sum, change to average. And that's the 5 pivot tables this question is asking you to put here. But you know what? You can do more than that. But these 5 must be among your pivot tables that you are displaying. So step 2, create a beautiful dashboard to show your tables and charts. That means you create tables for all of this, then you create charts too. Let me add that, create charts for all the pivot tables. Pivot tables must have a chart. Yes. So you create a chart for all of this. Then you create a beautiful dashboard to show your tables and charts. Just the same way I've displayed my own. Like I said, your creativity comes in here. How you want to arrange it, where you want to put what, depends on you. It might not necessarily be my arrangement, but if you watch what I did, I made my colors consistent. You can use a combination of color. When you create these charts, it gives you different colors. You can change it to what you so that it blends well and is appealing to the eyes. That's what dashboards is all about. Then three now. Add slicers for interactivity. Add slicer for country and products, just as I have done here. I also customize my slicers to fit with my theme. And after that, do a video, 5 minutes max, of your dashboard presentation and your data-driven suggestion to solve the company's client satisfaction problems. When you have done that, upload your video on YouTube and on your social media platform. Don't forget to tag Prime Tech Academy 101, Facebook and Instagram, and on LinkedIn, tag Prime Academy 101. Use these hashtags, Google Sheet Masterclass and Google Sheet Masterclass with Binga. Then I'll see it and the whole world will see what you have done. So you can add this to your portfolio. Next time, join the group. I'll put you through on how to create an online portfolio where you can send your potential employer to see what you have done in the past. So you put all your digital assets on that site and it's for free. And you go to build it for free so that you add up your portfolios here. I'll show mine and you see what I'm talking about. So step 6 is to receive your certificate. A link to receiving the certificate will be there. You click the link, you will fill a form on how you want your certificate to be. The certificate will be granted to you by Prime Tech Academy and it attracts a very small fee. And it's not compulsory anyways, but it is good to have it so that you can share with your potential employers so they can see what you can do. So what do I have for you next? Are you ready for the next level? There's a comprehensive data analysis course with Google Sheets. You can pre-register by clicking this form. So when it's time to access this course, you'll be the first person to know. So you can have an exclusive access to it. And you will not be charged like every other person. That's the beauty of staying put with us to this end. So if you have any question now, I'll be glad to attend to them. Okay, someone is asking, when is submission date? When is presentation date? What is the mode of presentation? Now, submission date is chosen by you. Like I always do, I always say before Thursday. When you put a timeline to whatever you're doing, it resets your timetable and you fit in well. Thursday, presentation date. Just make sure you do it within the week. Mode of presentation. Now I'm going to tell you some free tools that you can share your screen and be talking into your screen and it turns to a video. One of them is, I'm going to put it here. So you can Google it and download it on your mobile or your desktop. Video editor for screencast. Screencasting means showing your screen and sharing and explaining what it is. Number one.
Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic. In short, I use Screencast-O-Matic for most of my videos. You have Loom, you have Screencastify, so you can check these ones and you'll be good with this. For those on the group, I'll share this project master list again so that we can always refer back to this. So Screencast-O-Matic gives you access to free subscription. For the free subscription, you can record videos up to 15 minutes. 15 minutes. But they will put their watermark, their logo on your video. Who cares? Loom gives you 5 minutes free. So even if you have a large size video, you break it into 5 minutes and all that. Screencastify too, around 5 to 10 minutes or thereabout. Anyone you use, you fit into this 5 minutes presentation. Okay, I think I've answered that question. I would be glad if anybody asks too. You can click on project 1, 2, and 3 questions showing on your screen to join our group. That's the button in the middle. To pre-register for our comprehensive data analysis with Google Sheets, to be a certified data analyst, you can click this, the first one. But for submitting your 3 projects, you are entitled to a certificate of excellence for having score of a minimum of 75%. So for those of you that have done your project 1, 2, let's complete this 3rd one, then you get your certificate of excellence in Google Sheets Masterclass. And that's all we have for today. Thank you for staying put up until now. It's glad to be here with you on this 3 weeks of data munching and crunching. I'll put the link to this on the group again.